Welcome to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. They're going to help jumpstart you and help you expand your mind so that you can expand your territory and expand in every area of your life. So hold on tight as we ignite and take flight right here on the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. Hello and welcome to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. I am super happy to have you here. So come on in, get on in here, get in where you're fitting because I've always got room around my table for you. So as we get ready to get started, you better grab a pen and a pad. I tell you this all the time. Make sure you grab a pen and a pad because you're going to need this pen and a pad. And let me share this with you. I've got a phenomenal guest. But before I talk about my guest, I want to give you time to come on in, tell a friend, and tell your frenemy, come on in, because I've got a story for you tonight from a fantastic man that went through just the foibles of life. He's faced prejudice. He's faced just pains and strains and so many negative things. But he's still standing. He's still making a difference, and so can you. I want to send a special shout out to none other than Tracy R. Kincaid. She is the singer of Goals. And I'm sending this shout out to her because she was ill recently as well as her husband. So please send your prayers and well wishes to Tracy R. Kincaid, the singer and the writer of the song Goals, because that's one thing that I focus here on my show. Goals. You've got to have goals. You've got to stay focused on your goals and never, ever give up. Like Les Brown says, the problem isn't that we aim too high and miss. The problem is that we aim too low and hit. So I challenge you today, if you're aiming high, go ahead and put a 1 in the comment block below. If you're aiming high, put a comment block in the block below. Put a 1 in there because I want you to want it for yourself. I can't want it for you. So if you want to aim high and you are aiming high, put a 1 in the comment block below. And as you come in and get on in here, go ahead and please let me know where you're visiting us from. We have folks from all over the world that come here to visit me and visit and be informed by my wonderful guests that come on the show. And for those of you that have been guests on the Lotus Riché Ignite Show, I am so humbly thankful and honored that you have graced me with your presence. And just to let you know, earlier, many of you came on over to Dr. Elliot Heflin's show. He is the robot guru. I tell you, we had a fabulous time over there on his show, and now we're here. And just in case you don't know Dr. Elliot, he will be here on the show with me on Wednesday. So as you come on in. I see people coming on in. Let me see who's here. Hey, Angie, thank you for putting your number 1 in there. Come on in. I love to have you guys on my show because I'm always bringing up great information, great tips to help you help yourself ignite and take flight. So tonight we have a miraculous young man. He comes to us by way of Pennsylvania. And some of you may have heard of him. And for those of you that have not, this gentleman is a phenomenal filmmaker with a fantastic new movie, which recently was released right in the mid of COVID. And so, as you know, with many things that kind of had to change direction during the COVID pandemic, he had to kind of slow up his release. But I tell you what, he is still moving. He's a philanthropist, he's an influencer, and he's an up branding strategist. So we're about to bring him to meet you. But in the meantime and in between time, make sure you get yourself something to drink. Tonight, I've got a little lemon tea with ginger. It's great. It's great for your health too. So as you come on in, comment in the block below. Let me know you're here and where you're coming from. And when I come back, you're going to meet my guest. Okay, so hold tight. Welcome to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. They're going to help jumpstart you and help you expand your mind so that you can expand your territory and expand in every area of your life. So hold on tight as we ignite and take flight right here on the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. Hey, super happy to have you here. Come on in, get on in here, get in where you fit in, because I've always got room around my table for you. Now, some of you may have seen me before when I had my fabulous guest on my show. This is one of the t-shirts from his movie. That's right, I said his movie. So I just gave you a tip. Yes, he is a movie director. He is a movie creator. And if you like movies, put a number 2 in the block below. Now, if you have not shared this yet, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your coworkers, tell your friends, and tell your frenemies to come on in and get on in here, because tonight, this brand new movie that's about to be released, we're going to get a sneak peek of it, but not without introducing you to my guest. Now, some of you may have missed it when I told you a little bit about my guest. My guest is a philanthropist. He's a phenomenal filmmaker. He's fantastic with movies, and he is a philanthropist. He's an influencer, and he helps people up brand themselves. So if you're an entrepreneur and you need to get up branded, you need to get with me so I can get you with him so he can help you help yourself ignite and take flight. So why don't you welcome with me tonight, Mr. Vince Grassi. Hey, Vince.
Hello, Lotus. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Thank you so much. And by the way, look what I've got.
Oh, only you can wear it. That wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love the shirt. Thank you for being here. You're phenomenal. I'm so happy to have you. So come on in, everybody. Come on in. I've got a super treat for you tonight. So Vince, I hope that your hometown is looking, because you look phenomenal and they are in for such a treat tonight. Woo! So tell me how you doing, how you been, how you're holding up amid this pandemic with everybody being stuck inside.
Certainly. Well, you might not know, I'm sort of already isolated as it is, where I'm located in central Pennsylvania. So not much of the COVID activity compared to other parts of the country and parts of the state, but I'm sure we're going to get our dose of it soon enough if we don't obey to the rules and the policies that are put in place to keep us all safe. But for now, just taking it one day at a time. We're keeping our energies up, and we're gonna get through this. I'm hoping sooner than later.
Right. Okay, awesome. So it's great to hear that it's not really bad in your area, and I know that you kind of been locked in, but it's got to be difficult because you're such a go-getter. You make movies, for God's sake. So I can only imagine it's got to be crazy like twiddling your thumbs and not being out in nature, filming and everything that you normally do. So can you share with us, one, tell us a little bit about you, what you do, because I know there's a whole bunch more that you do than I'm telling. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. So my name's Vince Crossi. I'm the producer of the documentary This Town Won't Die. I'm also a producer of other video content, such as branding and online content, online advertising, online documentaries for a whole wealth of different clients and different personalities. But I am located in central Pennsylvania near Bedford, PA. If you're ever traveling through central PA, you might have drove through on the turnpike. You might have come across that name at some point. But basically, in the last decade, I've been producing all this content, mostly working with different clients, and just happened to be about 5 years ago in 2015 already is where I came across my initial introduction to an individual who helped lead me into this wonderful documentary, This Town Won't Die. And it's been a wild ride ever since, but we're finally, we have it out on the web, and we're looking to talk about it and hopefully get it promoted to everyone that we can.
Awesome, fantastic. And I'm so happy that you came here tonight to kind of share your story with us and kind of share some of the aches and pains that you experienced while you were making the movie. I know that I met you a couple of years ago when you were actually shooting the documentary then. And
Yes.
I got to tell you, when I came up to PA, I think that's the first time I met you. When I came up to PA, I had a great time there, but I noticed that there was a bit of an imbalance, and I know that there were a lot of struggles in the communities there, the less affluent communities. There was a big struggle there, and I think in your movie you kind of highlighted that a little bit. So can you tell us a little bit about what it is to be a film producer in that environment?
Certainly, Pennsylvania is certainly diverse across the entire state. We have two major metropolitans on either side of the state, and in between, we tend to have areas that are a little bit more isolated, a little bit off of the beaten path, away from the metro types. But in between all of this, we have plenty of great stories, great people that are existing as we can, and with that division, or almost that dichotomy there of
Right.
different social types, you do get a mixed story. You get a division of personalities, and it's a wonder how we do cooperate as we do as a Commonwealth, and get together and move forward, and really that should be the end game for all of us. Hopefully we're working together, and we're achieving common goals in the Commonwealth.
So I would imagine, as a film producer or documentarian, you have been a lot of places, you've seen a lot of things, you've heard a lot of stories, but I'd like to know, what is your story? What inspired you to become a documentarian? Because I'm sure it must have been challenging, but most importantly, I think you learned through the struggle, so it must have been exciting too.
Yes, certainly. Every project's always exciting. As a filmmaker, I'm captivated to tell stories that acknowledge social inequalities and corruption. It's about telling stories that are bigger than myself, stories that will help empower people to take control of their surroundings, and hopefully break away from any injustices that they're experiencing, or really any troubles that just might come up in their communities. And I believe with this launch of the documentary, this is a platform for a lot of people to come through if they've had any discrepancies in the past, or anything of the nature, political or just civically. Perhaps this resonates with them, and
Right.
that's kind of an overall goal, is to open that conversation with everyone, not just politicians, not just community figureheads that I'd like to see their name in the paper or on television. We want to hear from everyone, and it's civic engagement. We need to really work together for common goals, and
Right.
I think that's so needed, especially now with the pandemic going on. And we need to hold tight, because we don't know where this roller coaster is going in the next couple of months.
Exactly.
We hope for the best.
Yes. So I love what you said, because definitely we have to get on platforms and tell the story of how we can come together collectively. I was just on with Dr. Elliot Heflin, and we talked about cohesion, and cohesion is unequivocally one of the cornerstones of helping people not just survive, but to help them thrive. So you have to be able to have a platform, because it helps give you power to tell your story, but also it helps you to work on yourself, and it helps you to also believe and invest in yourself. And with that being said, that's basically what you did. You believed in yourself and you invested in yourself. And I could only imagine, with camera equipment and going here and going there, you've really had to invest in yourself. So I want to kind of go to that point, because we have a lot of people on here who are entrepreneurs, and they don't understand, or I don't want to say they don't, because that's just too blanket of a statement, because many people do understand how to invest in themselves and how to up brand, but sometimes they don't have the resources money wise, or know where they can go to find someone. So with that being said, what would you say to a person like that, as someone who's a documentarian who's done it and who's still doing it? How can they believe in themselves and invest in themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes into filmmaking or documentary filmmaking, it's always a roll of the dice. You really don't go into these looking to make a whole ton of money, but you hope that the final cause of the film outweighs any discrepancy or any sort of troubles you had along the way. It's about telling bigger stories, really. But as far as becoming an entrepreneur and becoming a filmmaker, there's plenty of examples and plenty of ways to get to where you're going. You just really have to choose what stories you want to tell. You have to figure out who is out there, who is your audience, what sort of people are you going to encounter, who are your allies, who are your enemies, and weigh it all out and decide if it's a story worth telling. If you have to kind of beat around the bush, or you just don't feel as confident in trying to tell a story, perhaps it's not the story that you need to tell. But you need to start by asking yourself, what story do you as a filmmaker or as a storyteller that you set out to tell? What is your take on the matter, really? And if you have convictions for it, you will succeed. It might be a little challenging, because documentaries aren't always the most profitable, or they don't always aspire to gather the most. I guess you would say production funding or something along those lines as other movies, as other big budget movies. But there are ways to get your movie done, and at the end of the day, if it's right for telling, things will line up, and you'll get your movie done. I hope that answered your question there. Lotus, are you still there?
Did answer my question. It did. And furthermore, not only did you answer my question, you opened up another question. And the question is this: I'm hearing you say never give up.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, you have to persevere, especially in movies. There's plenty of factors that come into play where you just aren't certain that you'll get it finished throughout the process of trying to make the project. But with documentaries, you have to have even more perseverance, I believe, only because you're dealing with so much more time accumulated and invested, so many more people, that aren't being paid in a regular production sense, like you would see on a Hollywood set or something like that. These are people's lives that you're interjecting, and it's a giant balancing act throughout it all. And you really just hope by the end of year one or year two, you're still on the path of a possible, potentially, you know, well accomplished film. But you really don't know until you get to a point where you feel that you've reached all the full potential of your cast and the people that you're interviewing. So it's really it's a roll of the dice, but you really just have to believe in yourself.
And I think what I'm hearing is that people really got to get clear and learn their why. So what was your why for doing what you do?
Yeah, certainly. Well, growing up about 30 minutes away from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, I'd grown up a little bit more, I guess, isolated kind of version of that town, where there wasn't a whole lot going on. But once I found my way up to Johnstown, I always had the inclination in my head that Johnstown was this once great roaring Rust Belt city, and it's been on the fringe ever since. But I really haven't visited the area in all the time that I live 30 minutes from it that much. And once I was initially introduced to Coach Ed Taylor, who's one of the main cast characters in the documentary, it began to take on a whole new life from there. And I was really compelled when I first started to hear the stories of where Coach Ed Taylor was from, why he traveled all this way into the middle of Pennsylvania to start up the sports programs that he's invested in, and the willingness he is to help kids, of less means, to help them throughout their lives and to help run this program. There's a lot of sincerity behind that, and I was kind of captivated just by that. And then we started throughout maybe a month or two worth of time, just getting to know each other. I got to see more of the why behind why this man of all people, is basically going out in these lower impoverished areas in the city of Johnstown, and going through all the troubles and setbacks that he is, just to give these kids an opportunity. And I think that's a story worth telling. I really do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I totally agree with you. And that I always share with people, our story is our power. And I'm going to take a sip just like Vince did. And go ahead and you take a sip too. And let us know what you're drinking. And now, Vince, I don't see, I can't see some of the posts in the feed, but I see a lot of posts in the feed on my phone. So I'm going to say hi to William Hurst. Good to see you all the way from, I think he's in the UK. Angela Elton, good to see you. Tyrone Whitney. Hey, Tyrone Whitney, all the way from Tennessee. Percy Dixon, where are you coming in from? Let us know. Greg, the Big Dreamer Walker, good to see you all the way out of Ohio. Andy Audate, it's good to see you. He is the person that's spearheading the Progression Conference, so definitely get on that. Deborah Cafaro, my friend, good to see you. Happy to see you. Let us know where you're from, everybody. Dee Bowen, she's a magnificent author. Good to see you, Dee. Happy to have you here. Medea, one of my favorite people. She's a superb author. Wonderful person. Got to talk to her today on the line. So good to see everybody. So come on in and get in where you fit, and you fit right here around my table. Now listen, I have got a fabulous documentarian with me today. His name is Vince Grassi. He's phenomenal. And most importantly, he's going to share one of his phenomenal creations with you. Tonight, we're going to give you a little something special. We are going to share with you a clip of his movie. And if you like that, we're going to share that clip with you. Go ahead and put a 3 down below. Put a 3 down below. All right. So, Vince, I want to thank you for sharing what you've shared so far. And I know it's, you're just on the go, you're on the move. This COVID thing kind of slowed up, you releasing your movie, but you didn't stop. You kept going. Like so many of we have so many entrepreneurs on this broadcast with us, and you kept going. But it seems like even amid of the COVID, okay, you said this isn't going to knock me down. But let me ask you something. Did you ever have any points during this time where you felt like, I'm not going to push the movie. I'm just going to wait. Man, why me? Have you had any of those feelings? And can you share that with us?
Yeah, I have one almost every other day, to be honest. It's an ongoing perseverance for sure.
Right.
There's a sense of fortitude there. I believe that you have to insist on. You have to push forward, absolutely. But in filmmaking, you're at the mercy a lot of times of forces that are beyond you. You really have to play the long game as best as you can. It's
Right.
not usually in documentary. It's considered the long form of journalism. So you're not necessarily running out one weekend and hoping by the end of the month you got everything you need and you've compiled your movie together. It doesn't always work that way. Not if you're in the true investment and you're taking on the true task of being a documentarian. I believe it has to be long form like that. But across all the 5 years that I've been working on this so far, and now we've finally got a first release in 2020 here on Vimeo. I feel a little bit of relief, but I do feel that there's a lot more work ahead of me. I still have a lot more promotion coming up, hopefully, and we really want to try to get this movie out and promote it across everywhere. Bigger audiences other than just Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and just the tri-state.
Awesome. So, Vince, we are going to ask our viewers a couple of quick questions because I just saw Sean Lovely Saxon. She just came on. She's a huge entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur. And I see Alfredo Jimenez. Hello, Alfredo. Good to see you. I want to ask you all a question because Vince said to me that several times during this lockdown, he's had times where he was second guessing, thinking, well, maybe I'm not going to do this right now. How many of you has had to stop in your tracks and really change the record that you're playing in your mind and tell yourself, you know what, I could stop, but I'm not going to. And you kept on going. If that is you, put a 4 in the comment below. If you had the moment of doubt and you said, no, I'm going to keep on going, put a 4 in the comment below. Because this is unequivocal. People have those moments. But as Vince said, you got to still keep going. You got to keep going and never give up. And I think I saw a post here from Angela. Yeah, she said, never give up. Never give up. You can never give up. So I want to also ask you all, if a person gives up, what do they have to look forward to? So can you put that in the comment below? If a person gives up, what do they have to look forward to? And as you're doing that, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to go and check out a small clip of This Town Won't Die by our fabulous documentarian, Mr. Vince Grassi. So we're going to take a quick break and go ahead and put in the comment below. If a person gives up, what's going to happen? Where will they be? Because I know many of you on here are entrepreneurs. You've been through this and you can share with someone else to help lift them up. And we'll be right back. Welcome to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. They're going to help jumpstart you and help you expand your mind so that you can expand your territory and expand in every area of your life. So hold on tight as we ignite and take flight right here on the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. Awesome. And we're back with the wonderful documentarian Vince Grassi. He has a wonderful movie called This Town Won't Die. And he has been so gracious. He's going to share a clip of this movie with us. So I'm going to pull it up right here so we can share it with you. So sit back and relax and get a pen and a pad because there's going to be some great clips in this movie that you need to see. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with all of you. All right, here we go, folks. Enjoy the clip. Okay, here we go.
There we
Vince,
go.
thank you so much. I was
Sure.
asking folks, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? You know, it's unequivocal that we have to find solutions to the problems that we're facing, because a lot of the problems that are in Johnstown were already there before COVID even came. Okay. And a lot of times people are not even focusing on that because they're focusing on COVID and they're not focusing on the pre existing problems within their communities. So we'd like to know what you guys think about this. What are your thoughts about the pre-existing problems within your community? And even not go a step further, go beyond your fence. What about the problems in your state? What about the problems in the country? What about those problems? What can we do to help ourselves overcome? And Angela says, very powerful video. She says she loved it. Need to get the word to help cities thrive. So, Vince, let's talk about that. She said we need to get one, it's a powerful video. So thank you for sharing it. But she also said we need to get the word out to help cities thrive. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, without a doubt, Johnstown, Pennsylvania exemplifies all the smaller communities and towns across the state and across the United States. It's just a smaller microcosm of the situation going on. Before COVID, we've already had an American pandemic and
Mm-hmm.
virus going on. You could relate this directly
Mm-hmm.
to intolerance, I would say. When you watch the movie and you watch some of how these situations are played out between government power struggles and just the community citizens themselves, there's a disconnect there. So there's a need for more alignment between government sectors, between nonprofits, between independent sport leagues, between everyone that lives in the community. If we don't have all of these facets functioning together, then you have a dead community. And in some ways, we're already seeing that played out in Johnstown throughout the last few decades. Just so much division, a lot of times between government initiatives, between the citizens themselves that don't agree on which way to take the new sewer project, this and that. The list goes on. There's plenty of examples of it. But the bottom line is, communities right now, they should be taking the time that they have with post COVID. They should be utilizing this, right? They should be
Exactly.
using this to help plan, retool themselves. It's about really recreating new identities,
Mm-hmm.
and what better time to do that, in the midst
Then now.
of COVID-19 right now. It might not sound like the most optimal time for a lot of people. There's a lot of financial discrepancies there, or issues that are popping up more and more every day.
Mm-hmm.
But while this is happening, we should have community engagement occurring. There should be an urgency. I think there should be more of
Exactly.
this engagement going on in these smaller communities. And another thing, if our smaller communities die,
Mm-hmm.
then it's going to be a direct result to the bigger communities. Within our ecosystem, if we allow one of our small towns in the middle of Pennsylvania to die, what are we saying about the rest of our bigger metropolitans? And they have worse problems than Johnstown. So
Exactly.
we need to
But
we need to be serious about all our problems together.
exactly. And it has to start with a cohesive connection. And again, are you standing up or sitting down in your town, in your community, in your country? Because at the end of the day, if it's affecting a small town now, it will affect a big town later. Then it will affect the state as a whole. And unequivocally, it will affect the country as a whole. Because as you see, it's a trickle down effect. What happened all the way in Wuhan has already moved to here. And it lets us know that if we stay silent, if we keep our mouths shut, if we are not change makers, the same thing will happen. It's a domino effect. So we've got to do something about it. So I want to quickly recognize a few folks that's still coming in. Jermaine Taylor, good to see you. Jermaine, share this in your area. I think you're in PA. Victor Jones, it's good to see you all the way out of New Jersey. Sean Lovely Saxton, Mariana Santos, good to see you. Pastor Max, hey, Pastor Max, good to see you. Gerald Peterson, good to see you. Happy that you're here with us. And live, Larry from Live with Larry is here. Please make sure you share and start a watch party. I have Vince Grassi here with us, and he was so kind to share a clip from his new movie, This Town Won't Die. And if you can see the poster right over his shoulder, and you can see this t-shirt that I have, that's from the movie This Town Won't Die. So I challenge you, go out and check that movie out. I think he has it set up right now where our viewers can actually go out and see this movie for a minimal charge. So Vince, can you tell us a little bit about how people can get, how they can view the movie?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, running a little special for people might just be a little preoccupied with the way things are going with COVID and everything. You can catch the first 30 minutes for free on YouTube. I believe there's a link that we'll put up there for you. But if you like what you see the first 30 minutes and there's more that you're willing to invest in, you can go to vimeo.com/on-demand/This Town Won't Die. And there you can rent the rest of the movie, which is a total of almost 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit more, for like $1.99. So really looking to get the word out there. Yeah, absolutely.
$1.99?
Well, we're going to, in all consideration of everyone who's been couch binging Netflix, we're going to put ourselves in direct competition with Netflix and all the other streaming sites. So we want to get as many people as possible to watch this thing and help spread the word.
So listen, folks, many of you, I don't know what happened with the streaming process that I'm using, but sometimes when they do upgrades, you have to go in and give them the okay so that your comment can be seen on my broadcast. So if you got something in Messenger or something from me, go ahead and click so that your comments can be streamed, because I'm seeing several of you make comments. Hey there, Robert J. Moore, all the way out of Canada. I'm seeing you make comments, but I'm not seeing it in the feed. So let us know you're here. Let us know where you're coming from. Let us know what city and state you're in, because tonight we are here with Vince Grassi, the documentarian of This Town Won't Die. Now, some of you missed this documentary. If you missed it, you need to go right there to Vimeo or go to YouTube and go ahead and invest in yourself at $1.99, which is very, very extremely reasonable. It's wow, Vince. Thank you so much for doing that. Go on there, check the movie out. He has a trailer, but he also has the whole movie that you can see for $1.99. Okay. And I tell you what, if you go watch that movie and come back and tell me what your favorite part of that movie was it's the 1.5 hour mark. Go and tell me what your favorite part of that movie was. I'm going to send you a shirt just like mine. Look, it's really nice. Really nice. This Town Won't Die. I'm going to send you a shirt when you go watch that movie and tell me what was your favorite part right there in that 1.5 hour clip. Tell me what was your favorite part. Because guess what? Vince Grassi's not letting his town die. And you shouldn't let your town, your community, your state, or your country die. So Vince, with that being said, please go ahead and share with our folks again how they can get the movie and how they can get the shirt. I have Live with Larry. Live with Larry says, hi, everyone. Good to see you. Live with Larry from North Carolina. Great. See, Live with Larry knows what to do. Knows what to do. Jermaine Taylor, go ahead and put in when you're coming in from. Sean Saxton, go ahead and put in where you're coming from. We want to know where you're coming from. And Angela wanted to know, Vince, how can they get a shirt?
Absolutely. On a usual,
because only one person's going to get the shirt. They got to hit me in time. You've got 24 hours from now. It's 7:49. You've got 24 hours from now. It's 7:49 Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow by 7:49, whoever the first person is that reaches back out to me at lotusignites@gmail.com and tell me what you loved most in the first hour and a half, at that first hour and a half point. Tell me what you love. I'm going to give you a shirt. So you got to email me. You got to tell me what it is, and also email me your shirt size. So Angie wants to know, how can she get a shirt?
Typically, in an average day, not like today, we have an online order site where you can put your order in, and usually the shirts all and our different products will ship out within a week or two. Unfortunately, the site was down. We had it running up last 2 weeks, but unfortunately we couldn't get it going up here this week. But if you keep an eye on Facebook, there's actually an old post on there that'll take you to some t-shirt information. If you're willing to kind of dig through the timeline there, you'll be able to find a link to where to order those. And hopefully that'll be up and running here as soon as possible this week. But if that doesn't work, feel free to contact Coach Ed Taylor too. He's also available on Facebook. So he helps run the t-shirt merchandise section of it.
Fantastic. And do you have maybe the link or something? I know you said it might be in the feed, maybe on your page. Do you have that where you could put it in the chat and we could share that with folks?
I'd have to kind of go through some of this right here. Maybe I might have it. If you're willing just to wait around.
Sure. And in the meantime, folks, you can contact Coach Eddie Taylor, and he's on Facebook, and he would also be happy to help you get your shirt. So just look right on Facebook and contact Eddie Taylor. Coach Eddie Taylor will be happy to get that for you. Okay. And I think I've got another link for you where you can get that shirt as well. So you can use this link right here and you can get the shirt directly, and you'll love the shirt. Make sure you get your right size. It's very comfortable. It's a great quality shirt. It's made with great material, and I love the colors. You can wear it with anything. You can wear it with gray, whites, reds, blacks, jeans, dress clothes, whatever. You can wear it and let your town know that you won't let your town die. So thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it. And so Vince, let me ask you something. I know you got a lot of projects coming up and you're working with people doing new movies and things like that. Can you tell me a little bit of how people get involved with you? Because I know you and I have been working on some projects and we've been helping people upbrand themselves. So how can people get a hold of you? And if people are trying to do projects with us, how can they do that?
Yeah, certainly. I do have just a personal Facebook account. If you're willing, you can just send me a message through that originally, or on LinkedIn is a good way to send me your contact information. And there's also there's a phone number I could put out there, but I don't know if I want to put that out here on this stream right now. But the best way just to reach me, send me a message either through Facebook or LinkedIn. It's probably your best bet.
You want to reach them and you're not sure how to maneuver LinkedIn or anything like that, just go ahead and contact me directly, and I'll be happy to put you in contact with Vince Grassi. He's phenomenal. You'll love working with him. He's easy to work with. He's a bit of a perfectionist, though, I'll tell you that. He doesn't play. And so not only for the one-on-one coaching with me for your business or your personal life, you can contact me at lotusignites@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with Mr. Vince Grassi. If you get on LinkedIn, you can't find him, or if you think you can't find him on Facebook, you can contact me and I'll put you in contact with him. Like I said, he's phenomenal and easy to work with. And I'm going to share with you his email so that you'll have it. If you have no other way to reach him and you're not sure, here, take this email and contact him directly. Give me one quick second and I'm going to get that on here.
I also sent you a second email there too, as well,
Okay,
Lotus.
fantastic. Thank you so much. I love it.
Sure.
Okay, so there's the initial email. You can get a hold of him with that email, and then you can also use the secondary email that he shared with us. Here, let me put this here for you, and you can get a hold of him. You can get a shirt from him. He can tell you a little bit more about the movie. And if you are interested in making a movie yourself, this is definitely the man you want to talk to. So you can go to info@thistownwon'tdie.com. You can also hit him in his email at vincgrassi.com. You can also contact Coach Eddie Taylor on Facebook, Coach Eddie Taylor. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for being on the broadcast. I hope that those of you that were here in time to see the trailer, I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, go ahead and send some hearts, some thumbs up, some likes. And remember to share, like, and start a watch party as we talk more about Vince Grassi and This Town Won't Die, because the conversation isn't going to stop here. It cannot stop. It will not stop. We won't let it stop. Why? Because this town can't die. So Vince, having said that, what would you like to share as your parting thoughts? Please also include, again, your contacts, a little bit more about the film, how they can get the film, and what the cost is.
Yeah, certainly. I just hope that the title "This Town Won't Die" resonates with as many people as possible. Hopefully, it can be a new mantra, not just for local communities, but of course across our country, especially in times like this. We definitely need collective collaboration. We need our government officials not to be compromised or corrupt. We need less cronyism. You know, we need to start settling some of these ongoing disputes year after year, election cycle after election cycle. And a lot of this is explained throughout the film, but I hope everyone, that's willing to look to invest in their towns and continue them to grow, and hopefully grow with vitality. That to watch this film. This is a must-watch film for any town that's going through this similar situation that Johnstown, Pennsylvania is. So if you're online, which probably everybody these days are, go to Vimeo right now and download the movie, watch it in its entirety, see what you think. Hit us back up on Facebook. We like to get more interaction, throughout our Facebook post and everything, and all our social media. So if you can, tell us what you think about the film, good or bad. We want to continue this conversation. Don't let it die.
And so, so Vince, we're definitely going to have you back. And I know you got some upcoming interviews elsewhere as well. So I invite folks to check him out on upcoming interviews that he's going to be having, talking more about the film. And also, who knows, he may have an upcoming film and you may want to be in that film. So make sure you reach out to Vince Grassi and make sure you don't let your town die, and help this film go viral. Why not? It deserves to go viral. Why? Because we deserve to know how to not let our towns die. So thanks so much, Vince. We appreciate you, and we'll see you again real soon. So folks, don't forget, if you are looking for one-on-one coaching for your business or for your personal life, please feel free to contact me at lotusignites@gmail.com. I'm always happy to work with you. And if you need positive affirmations for your life to uplift you and upshore you, be sure to contact me. And don't forget, I will be having another wonderful guest here this evening on the 8 o'clock hour, or the 8:15 hour, I should say. It will be none other than Oscar Delgado. Oscar Delgado is a esteemed author. He's doing some magnificent things as we talk about vision. It's a way to decide where you want your life to go by using what you have. But if you can't even vision or envision your future in the now, how can you manifest your life in the now? So join me at 8:15 with my upcoming guest, Oscar Delgado, and we're going to talk about vision and how you can envision your better life. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, share, and if you haven't yet, start a watch party. Welcome to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. They're going to help jumpstart you and help you expand your mind so that you can expand your territory and expand in every area of your life.